Hello, and welcome. Name's Derek, D-E-R-E-K, and I sell physical media on eBay. Make videos about what I buy, source videos, videos about what sells. What sold videos? Well, it's 8:10, so usually don't start videos at 8 o'clock unless I'm going far or unless there's a bunch that needs to be done. So I'll allot myself plenty of time. Didn't do the music thing, but music thing. So there are 30 going out for 761 688 product costs received. All right, D3 country 1,000 acres. So we go into C. I don't think it's a newer one. Here comes another sale. It's not much, about 15 bucks. Almost 17. D3. All right. Country. I guess it was kind of new. There's another. Oh, yeah, there's another one. It's like a TV series I've had for a while. That's country in the title. All right. 18 bucks. This 3 movie with Don Johnson, Michelle Pfeiffer, Jessica Lange. But 18 bucks. So if you're new here, I do free shipping on everything but auctions, and I really don't run auctions. A handful or so a year. B47. Gotta get a book. And this Warhammer Skaven, 1993. A player's book, is it? Supplement. And some of these, I had a friend in high school back in the 90s that he played Warhammer. And one of the people who he played with was an immaculate modeler. And he would paint. And some of these now, some of the ones that they make now for Warhammer and a lot of the other tabletop games, I mean, these things are like this. So I have a bunch of these pewter, they're called Fantasy of the Crystal. And they're chess pieces. And I got a bag of these years ago. They just basically sit. Every once in a while, I might be able to make out in one of my photos, but they just sit right behind where I take my pictures at. So in case they are in photos, it's these guys that are in the photos. But they're kind of like this, but they're plastic and they painted them very, 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 very well. And they're no bigger than these things, right? So, yeah, Warhammer is still strong. A lot of tabletop games. And people want that retro stuff. That retro look and retro campaigns and things. But this is 53. So I got a bunch of these paperbacks at Savers. 7, 8, 9 of them at Savers for $2 or $3 a piece. And I sold plenty of them, and I have some Dungeons and Dragons ones left too. I see at least one. All right, D27, a tour, the Fighting Eagle, a tour. Miles O'Keefe, well, a tour, the Fighting Eagle, 21. Gotta get a book. All right, Scivius. This has a strange glare to it. Scivius. Paperback. What year? 1980s, it looks like. I mean, I just got up at this point about 20 minutes ago. So my eyes aren't quite focused. 1986. Paperback. International. 59. Yeah. Heck yeah. So that's what? $120 and 2 books? Works for me. Lovely Bones. Wahlberg. Lovely Bones. Mark Wahlberg. $12. So I wonder if I can't see the shirt blinky thing going on through my phone, but when I watch it on my TV, and that's it's an older TV, but it's newer, relatively newer, maybe 4 or 5 years old tech. The graphics card is a 2070, 2080 Super. Maybe the TV is what does it, but when I watch it on my TV, it's like blinkies. If my shirt does like a weird color changing blinky thing for you, let me know in the comments. Because I think that's pretty cool that it does it. It's like a free feature. I didn't come up with it. It just happens. And if it happens, and if other people can see it, and if it's not annoying, and if it's interesting and cool, see if I can find more tie-dye. It does it to another shirt I have, but not quite as brilliantly. All right, so VHS I just got. All right, the Serial Mom. VHS. You always want to check if there's, as soon as you start seeing any white, very, 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 very light gray, maybe even in a very, very faint blue color on these ribbons, that's it. So this one has not been played a whole lot because you can see the alignment of the tape. If it had been played and rewound and fast forwarded a whole lot, the bobbin would have gone up and down, and then the tape, as it's fast forwarding and rewinding, as the bobbin is going up and down, it's going to rewind and spool unevenly. And that is very, very, very even. And that definitely helps too, because then been played a lot. Now, does that make for a big factor when selling? Maybe in the factors that's going to make it sell. If the tape is all bobbined and all completely uneven, that's going to pay for 30, 40, 50% of it, the fact that it won't sell, right? So this is the important part. You know, a shell, they're not easily replaced. They can be. It's a couple screws, and then there's some springs that are right in here. You have to make sure that you put it back correctly, but the tape is what's important. That's what the stuff is on. All right, $17. Just got it. So some VHS do sell quick, and I usually keep 3.5 to 4 of those containers full. And then I've got, 5 or 6 more? D17. So if you're going to buy them to sell, screeners sell too. I mean, there are screeners that are hundreds, if not thousands of bucks. I mean, it all depends what screener it is. If it's a screener of Forrest Gump, probably not. If it's a screener of A New Hope, maybe. If it's a screener of some sort of very, very cult movie, or, I mean, they're out there. What was I looking for? What? It's a snap case, so that's going to make it real easy. All right, this Chushingura DVD. Snap case. 15. Gotta get another book. And that's good, because it's a chunkier book. It's going to be a 3-pound rate. And, since I can be doing callings, and any of these bigger books like this that go opens up more room in the boxes to where I end up with less boxes after I take stuff and then I add what I've already listed. Which is good because that's how you maintain inventory. I'm not getting into that again. All right, $44. All right, D8. Back over here. Reach, Sonora. Apollo 13. You figure that would be pretty easy to see real quick. Apollo 13. Relatively newer then. $17. Put your box on top. List, Sonora. D8. Lance Henriksen. Are we fucking back in D8? I was just... Second verse, same as the first. The Mangler. Same thing. $18. Lance Henriksen. Some people know him from all kinds of things. I just remember him and other movies, but I remember him from Pumpkinhead. Those glasses are like soda pop bottles. And then that boy who the teens were making fun of the boy. One of the teens kills the little boy. And then that's when Lance Henriksen gets mad. And then he summons Pumpkinhead to get vengeance on the teens who killed his son. All right. Short story about Lance Henriksen. Very, very short story. D18. I want to make sure it's not D8. However, D18 is right here. Leslie, no, this is walk aerobics for seniors. Gotta wake up. Leslie Sansone. 14. So a lot of the Leslie Sansone stuff. They've been dwindling down quite a bit. The sales of her stuff have been dwindling down. I used to find a lot, and they used to sell really, really good. Really, really well. Don't Kill It, Blu-ray, Dolph Lundgren. What is it? Yep, 17. So I round up or round down. So some of these have been 17 and low change. This one is 16.65. So I round up or round down. Makes that kind of easy. Another VHS. One I just listed of Thomas. This is with George Carlin. A lot of the ones with George Carlin doing the voices. We're looking at a bunch of them, and you can tell that one has George Carlin, or this Brit, but George Carlin on the front. Give those ones a gander first, but if it's Thomas or whatever, there's 30 there, scan all 30. It's... All right. 22. C22. Figures. It's buried under all this stuff. That's why all right, good, because this is... So with the wind up here, the power can be intermittent because of inclement. That's what it meant. All right. The sealed audiobook. Someone asked a question not too long ago about audiobooks. Yeah, I mean, I do, especially if it's sealed. And if there's a whole bunch up here, and there's a handful of them that are just topic, theme, and niche enough for me to grab to look at, yeah. One of my cats walks in, and I looked at him, and then he looked, and then just took off across the parking lot. I was like, nope, you're not letting me in. I'm running away. You stupid human. All right. $32. So I just saw my time on that. I'm going to have to cut this down, but there are 30 things. So if you're seeing this listening now, it really doesn't matter because you're already time vested in it. All right, T6. Hush, hush. Heard you call my name and hush, hush. This is not Deep Purple, but I saw Deep Purple in the drawer where these were. So these two, this is Apple Beatles, 2 cassette from 1962 to 66. Now, I don't know if I have a sealed one of these, but I would have got from the estate sale. But these are 21. So they come in this little 2 cassette set. Eddie Murphy. Should be right here. My little guy's hanging it right there. Should be relatively up front. Yep, right here. Eddie Murphy. Sealed DVD, 15. Yeah, so it went from yesterday it was like 60 degrees when I was out in Avon. And coming back, the temperature, it was 59. It was the highest that I remember seeing. Might as well call it 60 for that day. I might as well call it 70 for that. For the end of December, right, which we've all lived long enough to know that weather can have wild variations day by day. Right now, it's probably 35. It rained last night. It's probably 35 now, but the winds are anywhere from 20 to 40 plus miles an hour. The wind chill isn't too bad. The real field temperature isn't too bad, but Rigby. Rigby. What are you talking about? You want to go out there? You guys who are watching this really can't see that, but those are about 40 mile an hour winds. I don't think you can hear it. All right. And then it's going to be below 30 for like a week, and then back to the 40s for a week, going into the new year. C-37. Lord Huron. Vid Newer. Or Newer. Right there. Just got it, right? 14. So that's why I'll list stuff before I do a bigger sale. It's really not going to matter a whole lot. By average, it's going to be, of everything, it's going to be 6%, 7% cheaper. It's not going to be any more than 10% on what the price was before, but it's just going to be cheaper. Well, it will be more than 10%, just by the way on how percents and whole numbers work, the higher you go. But ultimately, for everything that sells, I'm not really out a whole lot. And consider it like everything's sold on a best offer. To me, it doesn't matter. It's all money. It was like, well, that's a $20 CD. You know what? Somebody got it now, and my sale for just a tad lower than usual did not ruin the market. It's money. It's something gone. I'm going to find another one. People, again, I think people just get stuck on, well, that's worth $50. You have to get $50. If not, then you don't know what you're doing. Being that that's not $50, right? But if it was, if it sells for 40, and all the other ones pretty much sell for 38 to 50, it's not ruining the market. Just reminds me of another comment I read on restraint. The restraint I have on just not wanting to write a whole bunch to people. Like, why are you thinking like that? You're ruining your own brain thinking, oh, you're ruining the market. As soon as you think negative, it's going to be negative. Period. It's just one of those. I don't know. I'm not going to get into that. That's just one of the freebies that my viewers get Well, I grabbed 31, but I grabbed C31. Uh, yeah, try not to make these videos too long. If it's typical, like 12 to 15 sales, I'm trying to make it like a 12 to 18-minute video. But when they're longer like this, Julia. Julia Gulia. You know that reference. Oh, I'm going to be Julia Gulia. Jane Fonda, DVD, 22. So it's just goes to show like that. Bread and butter, just random DVDs that are 20 bucks, 22 bucks, 25 bucks. And after a while, obviously, you get enough of them and you go out and you find a way how to replenish your inventory. There's a lot of that stuff. There's a lot of that stuff out there. At least for me, D3. Now, for any reference, for anyone new, you can go into your Google Maps right now and you can type in Mentor, Ohio. And I'm not too far from when that pops up. And this was the other way, that'd be better because I'm up on this part. So if you type in Mentor, I'm not too far from where the word Mentor pops up at. And if you back out and then you type in thrift stores near me or thrift stores in that area, you could look at Goodwills and the different, there's a bunch of them. I get to a bunch of them. I drive anywhere from 20 minutes for a route to 40, 45, 50 minutes for a route. But those longer routes are going to have 5, 6, 7, 8 stores on them, like yesterday. Granted, there was still, like 12 or so that came from the store the day before that. But I'm going out and I'm picking up 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 10 things a store. Coming back with 15 to 30, 40 things. Doing those routes a couple times a week, that keeps the inventory rolling. So there's plenty of that stuff out there. It's what I do. And if you're going to do something similar, which there's a lot of people who watch who are like, yeah, man, I like what you do. I want to learn. Pick your routes. Pick a day or two that you have. You know what? Yeah, you work 60 hours a week doing what you do regular work. But you want to start picking up some more of this stuff, you're going to have to make a route and you're going to have to probably do stuff quite a bit earlier than what you want to on a Saturday or a Sunday or whatever day you have off, and go out and hit a route and then make a plan for another one. Things like this is what I remember saying, in a couple videos way when ago, back in the end of December around this time last year. It's what I do. And if what I do is I make routes where I know where the stores are, and sometimes I'll go to different ones, but there's just so many thrift stores where I'm at. The average of the mass of them are going to be over 30 minutes. There's a handful I can get into, maybe 10 that I can get to within 30 minutes. Less than 30 minutes. Side of that, all the others are I got to go 40, 50 minutes out and just start headed back. There's a bunch out there. I mean, car that gets 35 miles a gallon helps. D3. Walk on. DVD. 13. D50. Art of Noise. All right. Art of Noise. Daft. Art of Noise CD. 14. T3. Mighty Diamonds. Because there's Mighty Diamonds. If you looking for trouble. I haven't sold any Mighty Diamonds. Oh, right here. 2 of them right here. Yeah, it's fine. All right. So I have quite a few of these mighty, well, 2, but quite a few Mighty Diamonds, and this is a lot of this stuff in here is reggae. All right, 22. So if it wasn't for the sale, it'd be like a $25 cassette. Yeah, thinking of that cassette, that reggae lot. What I have, 70 or 80 in that whole lot. I got almost $400 or $350 or something total for the whole lot via auction. And then nothing but a couple weeks later, passed away. It'll come to me. Jimmy Cliff passed away. So if I would have had that listed right that day that he passed away, oh yeah, I probably would have gotten chunks. Not much more. I'm surprised I got what I did, actually. D44, Queen. Ding, 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 ding. All right, Queen. 26. Back to the tapes. Back to tape. Back to reality. The Doors. Absolutely live. Absolutely live cassette. 26. Keith Whitley. C50. I was just in that one. I just sold that other one maybe a week ago. They don't sell fast. The other one I think was closer to 30, but this one is 25. D31, Youngblood. That one was relatively up front. Rob Lowe and Patrick Swayze. She's like the wind. Ditto. $11. C24. 24/7 Spies. It's right there, all the way up on the top. Because I've had it for a while. $11. Gotta get a book. All right, this boxed Bible I've had brand new, pretty much. It's old school boxed Bible, very very clean. I paid like $8 for this at that one store in Geneva. I said that I just stopped at where I got the bags of CDs. Last time I was there is when I got this. And it would have been April, and that's correct. So this one took a little while. I had it priced quite a bit higher for a while because it's really, 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 really clean. But I got $35. It's not bad for something that I think I paid. It was either $6 or $8 I paid for it, thinking that it was going to be $50, $60, $70 sale. Still made money. Now, if you think that Komodos are really, really like awesome, Imagine Dragons. Dad jokes everywhere. 28. Should be right up front. Imagine Dragons. Radioactive. So if you've ever seen the show The 100, the producers of that show who decided to use the song Radioactive in the very beginning as the theme song for that show was an extraordinarily fitting song. So I listened to this a couple times. Free music for me. Got $10. Paid probably 50 cents a dollar. I don't remember, but I got my money back and made something. So free music or free entertainment for the CD player in the car. Yeah, I have two more. So got to get this chess set. All right, so this is the Druk or Druki. And the label's about to come off there. Okay, so this is a magnetic chess set. So I used to sell a lot of the electronic chess sets and a lot of just chess pieces. You can make to go find some bags of some chess pieces and other, but don't get into like all the games because then you're going to have billions of pieces. Start looking at some more ornate, strange, unusual, older style, older looking chess pieces, and you can find out like CS Low. I want to say not CS Low. LS Low. I want to say is one. Stratford is another. Druk is one. These guys here, except for I think this is the Franklin Mint. I don't remember who made these ones. But the more ornate or the more older they are, you can put two pawns together and sell them for $12, $10. You're not making a whole lot because of the first class, but you could put two pawns together and two knights together. So you get two pawns and two knights. People is like, the pawns are going to be the ones that are missing most likely, but either way. So you can still make money on chess pieces, and I did that for a while too. What did I get for this? Finally, this is missing one piece. If it was complete, it would have. They're easily $80 to $100. It's missing that one. But after the year or so I've had it, got 53, and it's going international. Maybe that person has the right idea. They're like, dude, I could sell two of those pieces for $20 each. Probably could. D7. Jimmy Timmy. Jimmy. Timmy. Jimmy and Timmy. Power Hour. DVD. 17. So that's the stack. And that's a long video that, got to do some editing. So, enough yammering. If you listened to all that, it was enough yammering. So that's going to wrap that one up. Like what you heard, like what you saw, like what you learned. I guess not really in the realms of selling, but it's still send offers. Make a constantly running coupon. Run sales. They don't have to be in the same brackets, the same style and pattern and design and format as mine, but run like actual sales. There's a good understanding that if you run them for like 7 days, at like the 6th day or the 5th day, it'll start showing up to the people looking at the item, and it's going to be like the fear of missing out, the FOMO, and they're like, oh, well, if it's on sale, I really don't. That is a visual thing, but that is one of those, it's very, very specific. The buyer has to be in your listing. And they have to be interested in even looking at the timer. And that timer has to have enough impact on them that they think that they're going to miss out on saving 5 cents or $5. And they're going to pick yours because of the timer. There is concept and math and logistics and research to that across all markets, everything. But in the grander scheme of things, I don't use that. That's why any of the sales I run are an entire month, because it really doesn't matter too much. So to me, at least. All right. So there's that. And that is 31. All right. Run sales. Succinctly said, be willing to take lesser for what you think your item's worth. Tell me what you think of going up. Comment down below. Subscribe, share. It's all free. It help me, help you. We're helping everybody here. Appreciate it.